It's Yom Hashoah in Israel. We've had no shortage of sirens this year, but the siren of Yom Hashoah and Yom HaZikaron always sound different in any event. And what exactly are we thinking about this year? We in Israel and Jews across the world, having experienced in the last few years some of the. So there is on occasion, I won't say similar because you can't compare the two for reasons I'll mention, but there's a feeling of vulnerability that does exist, that does come upon us every now and then with missiles and the bombs, etc. But there is a big difference. I think it's illustrated by something Rav Kook said that when people are killed, Jews are killed in the exile, that's dam korban. It's the blood of victims. It doesn't grow anything. It doesn't contribute to anything. Whereas when Jews are killed in Israel, that's dam korban. It's the blood of a sacrifice, an offering, meaning it has purpose. It seeds the future. Like was famously said, I think it was Thomas Paine that, or Jefferson, one of them said that it's the blood of patriots that seed liberty. Well, the sacrifices in the land of Israel build the future. Sacrifices in the exile are just commemorations of the past. And it's brought home very vividly every year by one of the most emotional experiences I have watching the ceremonies at Yad Vashem, where survivors are called upon to light 6 torches. And before that, there's a video of maybe 2 or 3 minutes in which each of them tell their stories of their lives. It's all different. I think half were religious, grew up, and today, and the others not. But the stories are similar. The shock, the horror, but they all end the same way. They end with these survivors coming to the land of Israel, marrying, building families. For some served in the army, some their grandchildren, great grandchildren serve in the army. It means that their lives, whatever pain they experienced, and it was stupendous, their lives had purpose and meaning, and they feel it. They feel it in their bones, the difference in the land of Israel. Maybe one takeaway this year on Yom HaShoah is something that Rav Yisachar Shlomo Tachtal writes twice in Ema Banim Smech, which I'm going through now cover to cover. Rav Tachtal, of course, was a Hungarian anti-Zionist rabbi who during World War II wrote the Sefer saying that his whole hashkafa had been a mistake. He should have supported Zionism, should have built the land of Israel. That's where the future is. But he says something else as well that bears our understanding. He quotes the Masa Nisim of Rabbi Eliezer mi Vermaiza, Rabbi Eliezer the Balarokeach, brought down in the Sefer Masa Nisim that he wrote, that the Sma quotes. And Rabbi Eliezer of Worms died in 1230, writes that Ezra, Ezra sent letters to all the cities of the exile that he's returning to the land of Israel, and one of the first communities established after the first Churban was in Vermeise in Worms on the Rhine in Germany, and he said, "Come back to the land of Israel," and they answered in Worms, "Shvu atem b'Yerushalayim Hagdolah." You live in the great Jerusalem. V'anachnu nadur po b'Yerushalayim Haktana. We're living here in Little Jerusalem, Worms. And he goes on to say, and it's really dramatic in the notes, that they were well respected in Worms when they wrote this. They were settled. It was after the Churban. They rebuilt their lives. And he says, he quotes Rabbi Eliezer Worms that even in his time, and certainly subsequently, you see how Germany and that part of the world, and they attribute it to this letter, became always the focal point and the catalyst for aggressive, hostile, murderous actions against Jews. For example, the Crusades in 1096, Speyer, Worms, Magensa, and then 1181, Vienna. 1195 again in Speyer, 1221 in Erfurt, 1225 in Kellenberg, 1241 in Frankfurt on the Main, the Rindfleisch massacres in 1298 that killed, among others, the great Mordechai, the Rishon, on the Black Plague, on and on until the Holocaust. Um, so it's as good a reason or as bad a reason as any to understand. But one message that he repeats over and over again, Rav Tachtal, is that God sends us these messages like sirens, that the Golut always comes to an end. It always ends. And those who seek to take succor and comfort there, as if it doesn't apply to them, many times they'll be right. Many generations they'll be right. But ultimately they're going to be wrong. He quotes the Yavitz in Sulam Beit El that when we stop thinking about the land of Israel and we focus our lives in the exile, and Israel's like a distant, almost nostalgic memory, that's when the Gezerah HaKashot, the harsh decrees come upon the Jewish people. V'zeh emet u'barur v'hu sod hagalut. This is a secret of the exile that so often we overlook. The harshness comes כדי לעורר אותנו משנת הגלות, to awaken us from the slumber of exile. God knocks, and the question is, do we hear? Ultimately, with all the suffering that took place in Yom Hashoah, even the difficulties today, one thing shines through clearly: Netzach Yisrael lo yishaker. The eternity of Israel is guaranteed because of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yehi zevchem baruch, Hashem yinkom damam.